What's up, YouTube? It's overjayded, bringing you my thoughts on what might possibly be the outcome for the Dino Rabbit deck after this September's ban list. If you've been checking out all the supposedly leaked ban lists that have been coming out in the past few weeks, you know that a lot of people are saying Rabbit and Tour Guide are both getting hit. So if Rabbit and Tour Guide both get semi-limited, what's going to happen to the deck? I've tested out over 50 hands, and surprisingly enough, the deck's consistency didn't really get hurt that bad. So I'm going to be showing you what might be a possible Tier 1 post-September Dino Rabbit build. First off, we got 2 Rescue Rabbits, MVP of the deck, 2 Tour Guides from the Underworld to go into Leviair and get another Rabbit play. After that, we've got Sangan, Basic Searcher, bait for Tour Guide. Now, with 2 Tour Guides and 1 Sangan, we can only have 1 Tour Guide place. So what I decided to do is I decided to throw in Tour Bus. A lot of people say this card slows the deck down. I don't think so. Actually, another bonus that Tour Bus gives this deck is that now with 1 Rabbit less and 1 Tour Guide less, not only does it let you go for 2 Tour Guide plays, it also lets you get a Sabersaurus or a Cabazals back into your deck, because what tends to happen when you only have 2 Rescue Rabbits in your deck is that you have a tendency of drawing a lot more Sabersaurus and Cabazals in your opening hand. So this fixes that problem. After that, we've got BLS, just because it's splashable as hell and because I have enough dark and light monsters. You'll be seeing that later on. After that, we've got 3 Jurak Gaiba, just to add consistency. After that, we've got 3 Cabazals, bait for Rescue Rabbit, and 3 Sabersaurus. After that, I decided to throw in 3 Effect Failures, just for today's meta, negating stuff. Now let's move on to the spell cards. Dark Hole, staple. Monster Reborn, staple. Book of Moon, staple. Mind Control, staple. Heavy Storm, staple. Now, Forbidden Lance, I chose to run 2, just because it's broken as hell in this deck, and because it protects your Lagia or your Sabersaurus, Cabazals, Jurak Gaiba, lets it get off its effect, whatever you want. It's great. Smashing Ground, personal tech, destroys a monster with lowest defense. Why not? Pot of Avarice, just to replenish your extra deck or your deck, because when you do get Rabbit, this deck just mills the shit out of itself. After that, 2 MSTs. I wouldn't go for 3. That's a little bit of overkill. You could bring it down to 1, but I still recommend it at 2. After that, what really fixes the consistency of this deck is Gold Sarcophagus. I don't actually have some on me right now, so I decided to proxy it for my hand testing. And some people might argue that Gold Sarc is a little slow, but you gotta keep in mind that Dino Rabbit isn't the only deck that got hit. That's probably gonna get hit by this by the upcoming ban list. You got Injectors are probably gonna get hit. Wind Up for sure. Chaos Dragons and all that great stuff. So Gold Sarc might actually work. A lot of people used to use it in earlier Dino Rabbit builds. I honestly think it's gonna come back, and it's gonna help the deck a lot. Let's move on to the trap cards. Now, a lot of people are saying Mirror Force is going to 2. Now we already have Torrential at 2. We have Heavy Storm. We have Dark Hole. All these destruction cards. Now here's the answer. It's simple. Starlight Road. After that, I've got a personal tech choice with XYZ Reborn. A lot of people will argue that Call of the Haunted is better. I seem to be getting way more Exceed monsters out with this deck really fast. And usually, by the time I get Call of the Haunted or XYZ Reborn, I tend to have an XYZ monster at my graveyard. So between being able to get an XYZ monster out with a material and being able to get a regular monster out, I'd rather get the XYZ monster. Even though it's more situational, I think in the long run, you know, whatever. After that, we've got Mirror Force. I will probably try to replace this with Torrential Tribute, just because I find it's way better. And then we've got the Solemn Brigade and two Fiendish Chains. You could possibly run in three, just this deck is really tight on space, so I don't really recommend it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, because this little guy sure did. So don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. And this is Overjayded. Take it easy.